The NDP continues to be an unserious party. It would not surprise me if they go on to do worse in the next federal election. Let me tell you why I say that. So many of you might know that the NDP is in the middle of a leadership race at the moment. They actually have their leadership debates this Thursday, 27th November. And I'm planning to have a live stream on my YouTube channel so you guys can have your say about the candidates, rank your favorites and all that. You guys know that on this channel, I don't pick a side. I'm not a member of any of the parties. My goal is to cover the parties as fairly as possible. Conservative, liberal, NDP, doesn't matter to me. Except if you're the Bloc Québécois. We know I don't like the Bloc Québécois. I dislike the Bloc Québécois with a passion. Anyways, I wanted to watch the NDP leadership debate. I want to learn more about the candidates and possibly form an opinion about how they might fare on the national stage against Marconi and against Pierre Poilievre. I was hoping that the debate would be broadcast on CBC or at the very least streamed on YouTube for everyone who is interested to watch. Here's what I learned today. Apparently, for you to watch the NDP leadership debates, you have to RSVP. Look, it says here on the NDP websites, NDP members and progressives across the country are asked to RSVP to watch the leadership debate. Essentially, you have to fill a form to get the link in order to watch the debate. So that's an annoying barrier for people who just want to get to know these candidates. I don't even know why that is necessary. Here's why I consider this a barrier. Here's the information the NDP will ask you to provide in order for you to get the link to watch this debate. They're asking for you to provide your full name and your email. Now, that part's not too bad, but check this out. You have to provide your postal code and your phone number. Now, why would I want to give you my postal code and my phone number just to watch these candidates debate? Why would I do that? It is absolutely stupid. Like, I'll still do it because I want to watch it with you guys. And the NDP seems to need all the help they can get. But what the hell, man? What the hell? Here's the other part that is stupid. The debates on Thursday is in French. Guess when the English debates will be? February 2026. That is basically 3 months between the English and the French debates. In the last federal election, these debates took place within 1 month of one another, right? The NDP is spacing these debates by 3 months. For what? Here's the other thing. They will announce the winner of the leadership race 1 month after the English debates. It says here, the new federal NDP leader will be announced at the National Convention in Winnipeg on Sunday, March 29th, 2026. Now, to be fair, that last part doesn't annoy me as much as the spacing of the debates by 3 months. I actually went and compared what other parties do in terms of the timing between the debates and when they announce the leader. So let's see here. The Conservative Party had their last leadership election in 2022. That was the election that brought in Pierre Poilievre. The English debate was May 11th, 2022. The French debate was May 25th. And the winner was announced September 10th, 2022. So the debates were 2 weeks apart, but the ballots were not complete for another 4 months. To be honest, that is absolutely silly as well. Now let's see what the Liberals did. The Liberals' last leadership race was in 2025. Okay, so the French debate was February 24th. And the English debate was on February 25th. So 1 day later. Marconi was announced the winner on March 9th. I like this. I would rather all the parties did their leadership selection in a short period of time like this. The truth is, even the Liberal Party hasn't always done it this way. In this 2025 leadership race, they were pressed for time because Justin Trudeau could only prorogue Parliament for 3 months or so after he announced his resignation. They had to do it quickly. Here's what they did in 2013 when Justin Trudeau became the leader of the Liberal Party. They had like 5 debates. That seems a little bit excessive to me, but 5 debates. The first one was on January 20th. The last one was on April 6th. But the voting ended on April 14th with the announcement of Justin Trudeau. So it does seem like these weird, wild spacings of debates and the delay in the announcement of the leader seems to be pretty common, I guess, between the NDP, the Liberals, and the Conservative Party. Anyways, maybe I'm just annoyed for no reason about the NDP spacing out their debates and their results announcements. The reason it annoys me, and I'll tell you why it annoys me so much, by the time the NDP finally announces the results, it would have been almost a year since Jagmeet Singh stepped down as the leader of the NDP. Although I say that, but it was almost 2 years between Michael Ignatieff resigning as leader of the Liberal Party before Justin Trudeau was appointed as leader. Michael Ignatieff officially resigned May 11th, 2011, and Justin Trudeau officially became leader April 14th, 2013. So almost 2 years, right? Here's why this is worse. The Liberals did this at a time when Stephen Harper had a majority. So there was no chance of the government falling unless Stephen Harper wanted to go to the polls. And Stephen Harper did not want to go to the polls until his time was up in 2015. The Conservatives on their side dismissed Erin O'Toole after he failed his leadership review in January of 2022, after obviously losing the federal election to Justin Trudeau. Pierre Poilievre wasn't elected leader of the Conservative Party until September of 2022. In that situation, you might say, well, that's bad as well. Yes. But in that situation, Justin Trudeau was effectively governing as a majority because he had that supply and confidence agreement with the NDP. It was risky, but that de facto majority held up until the last days of Justin Trudeau, when Jagmeet Singh obviously tore up the supply and confidence agreement. This time, it is different because Mark Carney has a minority government, despite his best efforts. He has also not made tremendous effort to form a coalition with any of the opposition parties. So the government could fall at any time. It could have fallen last week on the budget vote. Ultimately, it didn't, but who knows when the next issue of confidence is going to come up. If that happens before the NDP announces their leader or before said leader can get his feet under him, then the NDP will find themselves scrambling to prepare for an election. That is why this annoys me. They're not offering, at the moment, they're not offering the people a real choice, especially, those people who are finding that the Liberals don't represent a home that they want to belong to anymore. They're not giving the people a real choice. Now, if we had gone to an election this Christmas, the NDP would have been screwed. I've even predicted on this channel, it could have come back with less than the 7 seats they have now. So again, I say it again, the NDP continues to behave like an unserious party. Anyways, you guys tell me what you think. Rank these NDP candidates from best to worst. They've got Avi Lewis, Rob Ashton, Heather McPherson, Tony McKill, and Tanil Johnston contesting to be the leader of the NDP. Rank them from best to worst. Put that in the comments right now. And subscribe if you're new to the channel, okay? I'll see you next time. Take care.